Hello and welcome to a single package mail video. This one was a little frustrating for quite a while and finally had a positive result. So first off, let me thank Timo in Eastvale, California for sending this one. And I really have to thank him for the patience and assistance in trying to get this, because this package had a very tumultuous trip after claiming to be delivered in December and then not actually being located until a couple of days ago in January. And then I wasn't able to pick it up from UPS, who was the shipper, until after a full month that it was originally marked delivered and mysteriously disappeared. But today I get to actually open this and take a look at what's in here. And well, it was already open when I picked it up and I checked everything, so it's all good. But I'm pretty excited about this one because at the end of the day here, I'm gonna have something that I pretty much never thought I would. Alright, let's get this open. You've read the title, seen the thumbnail, you know what's in here. Something to do with an IBM industrial gray keyboard. Now, apparently, for a while, Unicomp was selling bare cases for the industrial gray IBM or Model M's keyboards. And Timo offered to send me one and was able to, with some parts to hopefully make it work. So that is what I'm going to do today, is try and build an industrial gray IBM Model M out of a brand new shell with some donor parts. So here we go. There are a couple of things in here to do this though. And then this one bonus thing. This is, it's got some extra stuff down on the bottom. What is that? Some kind of game port connector. Interesting. But this is a sealed joystick for an IBM PC Junior. That is cool. And at some point here, I'm going to have to actually try playing some games on my PC Junior. Now, this next box, this is the main event here. So, this is pretty special. In here is a still shrink wrap sealed IBM industrial gray Model M shell. Wow. That is super cool. So there were apparently some accessories that you had to get to complete it. So there are feet there. There is a indicator label here. Oh, that's an older piece of tape on there, so let's leave that one for now. And then this is a kit of LEDs and boards, because I think the board that is included in there isn't fully compatible. Oh, this has feet. Okay. Oh, so this must just be for the grommets for the keyboard, the cable. That's it. Wow. Okay. But to get this working, there was something else that Timo sent here. And this is going to make it possible. This is another keyboard, and the box is taped up. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this is. I know it is a Unicomp keyboard, but they have a couple of different varieties. Oh, whoa. Okay, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Wow. All right, so this is a brand new Unicomp PS2 keyboard here. This is a Uni 0416 Model M. Wow, okay. That's really interesting. I've never seen one of these before. So, this is going to be rather interesting, actually. First, I want to get this open and check it out. So, let's do that, because I knew nothing about this at all, actually. I think it was mentioned, but I didn't realize quite what it was. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here is the industrial gray shell. This is an actual new old stock IBM part. This is not something manufactured by Unicomp as far as I know. So that is original-ish, you could say. So that is what that is. Now, this is something I honestly, I haven't looked too much into Unicomp and what they've made. This is dated December 7th, 2021. So this is extremely new. Like, wow. Did you buy this just for me to make this complete? Whoa. Thank you. That's really awesome. So, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do here when Timo first offered to send me the gray shell, because I have IBM Model M's that I wasn't really interested in gutting to build this, so he offered to send this. Now, originally, I didn't know how much I would like a Unicomp keyboard, because this is the only Unicomp keyboard that I've ever used or have really known anything about. So this is dated 2013. This is a UNI 0P4A, I think. This is called a Model M Classic. Now, it's really not that great. Here's the thing. I think that something has kind of given on it. You can see how much the deck flexes just pushing on that. So there's no steel backplate. They do not make the right sounds. Now, for comparison, here is a Model M. Now, I actually didn't realize this. You would think, oh, it seems obvious because I just pulled out a styrofoam. This is actually an unused Model M that I have that I didn't know was unused. I mean, the feet here are so clean and they have the flashing around them from being injection molded still. So just for comparison here, just night and day. This is not very fair because I know this keyboard was used a bit before I got it, and this is new. But this and that will be a good comparison. So let's try that out because I'm curious how much better this one is. Okay, I'm not sure where I want to start. Let's just go with pulling the vacuum off. Oh yeah, the saran. So immediately I can see a couple of things. There's a slight color difference between some of the keys, but that's fine. Let's do the test. That's excellent. No back plane flex. I think this is a winner. That's close enough. It's both makes more sound and it's slightly muted, but anyway, it feels good. So what I was told here is that this is a good donor platform to build out one of these. So that was all I knew. I didn't know it was going to be new. It's a good donor, but it's not 100% compatible because this section is different or attached. I don't remember how exactly this works. But it was included in the box here some boards to make a LED thing that goes there. So I may do that today. But I think we should start out by, well, first we should probably open this, and then also literally open this so that we can see what we have to work with inside and how well it transplants into there. But first, let me go ahead and open this industrial gray shell. Wow. Okay, so there are the indicators here that are on a sticker that will have to be applied to the open area there. And then we have the seal here. That's a lot tougher. there we are. So it does not include fasteners. Oh, that just, it feels right. How's it smell? Doesn't have a tremendous amount of smell. No idea when it was made, so it may have pretty much completely outgassed. Let's see if I'm reading this right here. The injection molding marking. This is made in June 1995, I believe. So it would be fairly old, but that would make sense because this is new old stock. That's a little late for one of these, I feel like, but maybe not. But yeah, oh, that's gonna be cool. Okay, let's take this over to my workbench and take apart actually the Unicomp board here so we can see how well the innards from this will transplant into that. All right, now before I do anything with the shell here, let's just quickly verify that this works. So I have a PS2 to USB adapter, and I'm gonna plug it into my laptop over here. And just to verify, that feels good. Yeah, that works. This is kind of weird. I didn't know you could get this. I really didn't realize that Unicomp made just a Model M. I thought that they made like weird stuff. So this is kind of just surprising to me. Now I haven't actually looked at the bottom of this thing yet, but for Model M's you need one of these. This is a 7/32 nut driver to get this open. And let's see if that's what this uses. It is indeed. So in there, these are not like screws with a Phillips head. They are just almost bolts, but they have, you know, threads that are not machine threads. So it's kind of weird. You have to have something like this. Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, this is definitely new. There wasn't that crack as you take it apart. Wow, that is so weird to experience. There we are. Yeah, so metal backplane. Yeah, that's good. That's so weird. So this has the newer style drain tray as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this... No, the industrial one does have that. Okay. Being a 95, yeah, that would make sense. So apparently this area won't just work over here. Let me see what is going on with that. This should just lift out. Yep. I will have to loosen that. Oh, it's all attached. Okay, well, alright. Alright, so I'm curious to see what the differences might be here. No, that looks all the same. Well, why wouldn't... Does it not line up? Is the top different? Oh, the top is slightly different. Okay, so that is the... That's what's going on. Okay, so... I'm curious what my options might be here. I may, instead of making a new board for this, because it looks like the IC's on there, I might just try and relocate the LEDs themselves instead. So, okay, let's just do, yeah, just straight up, dropped it in, okay. All right. I mean, and then, yeah, boom. That's an industrial grade Model M. Wow. Okay, so yeah, those don't line up at all there. So, I think I want to look at just kind of moving those because I'm pretty sure I can. Let me see what I've got for green LEDs. I'm pretty sure I got some good options. So I have this tray of LEDs, and I thought I had a bunch of green ones in there, but apparently not quite that many. But I do have what seems to be, oops, very similar ones like that still have the legs attached. So what I could probably do is just bend these up and then solder the legs down like that. Yeah, I bet that'll work and reach no problem. So I think I'm just going to try that, actually. And see how that goes, because that seems like it would work well to me. This took me a little bit to figure out because I initially thought I was going to be able to remove this little PCB with the LEDs on it and desolder them away from the keyboard, but it turned out that it isn't just held in with the little clasp, it is plastic welded in over the ribbon cable for the keyboard membranes. So removing it wasn't really an option, and it was starting to dawn on me that I was just going to have to desolder the LEDs underneath of the metal backplate. So getting that off isn't really an option, but I think I can get to everything enough from there. It's just this part that's going to be a little annoying. But yeah, I can make that work. Okay, that is the first long one on, and I'll put some Kapton along there. And I'm going to plug the cable back in here, and go ahead and connect it to the computer. Yep, it lit up there. Numlock on and off. All right, so that'll work. The next thing to check is that that light will shine well in the industrial case. So let's just pop it in there really quick. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and bend this down to right there. If I just bend it up from right there, it'll be nearly perfect. Bingo! That will work great. So I can do the other two and they'll be even easier because that one's a lot farther over than the other two LEDs are. All right, there we go. I think that's about the correct spacing. So if I put my finger there, we can see that it's about 1 finger apart. And with the plastic shell, it's the same, about 1 finger apart. So let me go ahead and put it in the case and we'll see if it lines up. Get it down in there. I really like that it has the drain holes. That's nice. It saved my bacon one time because I accidentally poured an entire 24-ounce cup of coffee into my daily driver Model M at my desktop, and those really made a difference. So I am glad that both the shell and this keyboard support that. Plug it in, make sure they all light up. Good, all of them did. Okay, so this one could come back a little. This one could come this way a bit. And that one, where even is it? Oh, it's over there a little. So yeah, bingo. So that's all three right there invisible. So if I just pinch that and then plug it in, bam! All right, all three will light up. I think I am safe applying the decal now. Get here, I'm just gonna wipe it off with isopropanol real quick since I've touched it. Just make sure there's no oils on it. So, I'm going to be christening this Model M like that. Oh, this is kind of weird and cool to be doing. There we go. Snazzy. That's cool. Okay, now there are a few more finishing touches here. Because this cable isn't supposed to be loose in there like that. There was an additional kit of parts here. So let's take a look at this. This looks like there is a plate and a grommet that slides in there. Those are some alternative Phillips screws. I think for these, if I didn't want the hex heads, but since I have the actual tool here, I'm going to go ahead and keep the hex heads. So this is, yeah, this is going to slide. Oh, that's weird. It's black. Is this for an M15? That's weird. This goes here. So pops in right there. And then there's a grommet that the cable goes through and it will fit in there. So that's a really nice solution. I like that a lot, actually. Ah, success. And the ground strap's going to be comparatively easy. Bingo. Okay, so this will go like that into there and then just be held in place like so. And yeah, that looks really good. That is a solid solution. Now I'm also going to go ahead and pull this through a little bit extra here. I'm just going to tie a loose knot over here so it can't pull the cable tight and yank on the connectors themselves over here. It'll pull against this knot, which won't be as bad. Slide this back in for the last time now. Plug in the keyboard data, screw in the ground strap, add the top shell. And there we are, one brand spanking new industrial gray IBM Model M keyboard. Wow. All right, so obviously now the thing to do is test it. And I don't have my vintage computer area over there set up yet, so we're gonna use my laptop. And we might as well try some modern games with it here in a bit. So I grabbed my trusty MX518, but first let's just see how this feels for actual typing. Again, I really like this. This keyboard feels good. It does. It's a Unicomp, but it's true enough to form. It feels at home in here. I do like this. I've been typing on a little bit between shots as well, and I'm enjoying it. So I really don't have any problems with it as far as being a Unicomp instead of a Model M. That's fine. Now, I will admit, before we move on, people have complained that the molds that they're using for these are the original Model M molds and that they're getting a little bit loose here. And I can confirm, yes, it is slightly looser, which could explain some of that sound difference that we heard in the beginning, but it's good enough. It still feels fine. I haven't looked up to see how much one of these goes for yet, but let me do that and just see. I want to interject here because I looked up the price of the Unicomp in the video, but then I realized as I was editing, I haven't looked up the price of a Model M in a while, and that kind of changes the story a bit here. So first off, let me say that I brought this keyboard home so I could try out using it while editing, because I daily drive a Model M and I thought it would be fun to just play around with this one. Well, when I pulled this one out and put this one in place after using it and then switching to this one back to back, it was quite a lot more different than I realized it would be. So that fresh IBM Model M that I showed you was genuinely new, and this one is genuinely well used. So it's a much better example of what you would likely get on eBay if you paid the average price, which is apparently about the same as a new Unicomp. So this keyboard I have been using every day for about 8 years, and it was used before I had it. So it is well and truly used. And well, let's just, I don't know if this microphone's going to pick it up, but it feels very different and sounds different as well. And here's the Unicomp. The Unicomp feels a lot sharper and more responsive, and I'm pretty sure it's just because the springs wear out over time. If you're not aware, underneath of the caps, this is not going to be super easy to pull off, but there is a spring in each key, and that is the buckling spring that actually makes a Model M, well, a Model M. And that is what wears on these keyboards. It's somewhat of a myth that they last forever. They really don't. Those springs just, they don't work as well over time after they've been compressed a bajillion times. So really, when you're shopping for a keyboard here that is in the Model M family, you gotta consider, do you want an old one that's potentially well used, or do you want a Unicomp that's gonna be razor sharp, but maybe has slightly wobbly keys? Honestly, I think I might take the sharper Unicomp now. I have a bunch of Model M's. That one feels just fine. Now, I know some of you are going to be screaming at me that I should have put the brand new IBM Model M keyboard's guts into this thing, but there's a really good reason not to. This is never going to be an original industrial grade keyboard, no matter what. It just isn't. And that other Model M is always going to be an actual original new Model M until I use it. So because this one's never going to be an actual industrial Model M, there's no reason to ruin the other one. I'll just do this, and this is honestly kind of the best of both worlds, because the other one stays a new IBM keyboard, and then this one is its own thing. I actually really like the idea that I can use this industrial grade keyboard and not feel guilty about it, like I'm ruining something, because it's kind of between eras. It's the original industrial grade keyboards had a black badge. I'm not sure why this has a blue one. It might be because it was manufactured later after they switched to the blue badges, but it doesn't feel like I'm hurting something that has really high value. And that's nice, because the industrial keyboards are way overpriced for a keyboard that just has a slightly different colored case. So this is awesome. I really like this. Speaking of being able to use it for whatever I want, let's try out some games on it. And this is probably not going to work amazingly, because this PS2 adapter I have is not awesome, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, I really like this thing. This is a nice keyboard experience. I'm very happy with it. Thank you, Timo, for sending the gray chassis or gray shell and then the new keyboard to make this complete. I was not expecting that. Thank you so much. This thing is phenomenal. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I had ideas where I was thinking I might try and find a used Model M that was like dropped down a flight of stairs and all beat up, but honestly, this is so nice. I just want to leave it as is, because I kind of wanted to make it Bluetooth, but no, this is too nice. I like it. So I'm just going to leave it, and then this can be, like I said, a keyboard that I can just use. I can take it places, not have to worry about stuff. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about building an all-new IBM Model M. This was really fun to me, and I never thought I was going to have an industrial gray Model M. That is so cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to support the channel, you can get a t-shirt that's maybe slightly inspired from a keyboard like this. But that is it for the moment, and I will see you next time.